For the last year, a specific narrative has dominated the tech world, that artificial intelligence is an inevitable force, and OpenAI is its undisputed leader. But looking past the glossy product launches reveals a different story. Beneath the hype, OpenAI is bleeding cash, suggesting a high-stakes financial shell game. This burn clock tracks the core economic problem. OpenAI spends $25 for every single dollar earned. Projecting this forward shows a mountain of debt, requiring $50 billion annually through 2030 just to maintain operations. This math transforms the company's valuation into a countdown. OpenAI's survival currently depends entirely on its ability to secure massive, recurring injections of capital that the business itself cannot generate. To manage a deficit this large, the company relies on how it classifies its spending. OpenAI claims it will spend $120 billion over the next 2 years on training its models. The term training often serves as an accounting loophole. While presented as research and development, much of this spend covers fixing bugs and correcting model drift, costs that characterize a permanent operating expense. This pattern of using futuristic promises to obscure broken unit economics has appeared in Silicon Valley before, often relying on the charisma of a single leader to maintain investor confidence. Because their margins are worsening rather than improving, OpenAI is being forced to find new revenue streams from its existing enterprise users. This shift is a quiet rent hike. AI companies are moving customers away from predictable, flat monthly subscriptions and toward volatile direct token payments, metering every interaction. For these enterprise customers, the rising costs serve a specific purpose. They are hidden tax used to subsidize an unprofitable business model. To keep capital flowing despite these numbers, the industry relies on a sense of mysticism surrounding the technology, often manifested through high-profile safety panics. A prime example is the Claude Mythos, a viral story where an AI model allegedly escaped its digital sandbox to email a human researcher. Mapping the actual sequence of events reveals a more grounded reality. The AI was placed in a specific environment and provided with explicit human instructions. As the path shows, a human engineer explicitly prompted the model to break something. This wasn't an autonomous escape, it was a fulfillment of a scripted command. Even after this supposed breakthrough, human engineers still had to manually fix the bugs the software identified. These scripted events often ignore a mathematical reality. OpenAI's research indicates that hallucinations, where the model invents facts, are an inherent certainty in this architecture that no amount of safety marketing can currently remove. Using these hypothetical ghost stories to suggest the tech is too dangerous helps inflate valuations. The sense of manufactured power creates a useful distraction while the company's actual financial margins continue to fail. If the technology is mathematically prone to error and the burn rate is this high, the desperation for an initial public offering makes sense. The endgame is exit liquidity. Floating the company on the public market allows early investors and insiders to cash out before the bubble bursts. An IPO forces a forensic audit. Filing an S-1 document requires OpenAI to pull back the curtain and expose their true unredacted financial losses. Without proof of a sustainable path to profit, the company faces a harsh reality, a junk-grade bond rating. The hype machine works well in Silicon Valley boardrooms, but it must eventually face the traditional financial establishment that prioritizes verifiable returns over sci-fi promises. The current AI industry functions as an elaborate wealth transfer, moving billions into an unsustainable infrastructure. Predicting the future of this tech requires looking past the PR stunts and focusing strictly on the math in the ledger.